Hello friends, welcome to our channel All Coding Tutorials. A few days back, I had uploaded a video on SQL database on how to create a simple login and register page. I have provided link in the description. In that, we had created a register page in which user can enter his username and password to register. On successful registration, we were allowing user to access an empty activity, which can be said to be a home activity. And then of course there was a login page in which user is asked his credentials to open the same empty activity, which is our home activity. What we'll do in this video, I'm going to extend our project to add an important thing, which is basically a forgot password, which is mostly in most of the app login page, it is there. So what we'll do, we'll create an activity here which allows user to reset his password on entering the correct username. So let's begin. So we come to main activity. So in the main activity, as you can see, there are three edit boxes. So now here in the XML, we will create a text view. Width will be match parent and height will be wrap content. Close it here and then give ID slash button forgot. This will be our button. When user will click on the button, it will go to the password activity. Then here we'll write text forgot password. Then text size we will give 20 dp here, and we will give some margin here. Margin top is equal to 50 dp. And then since this is a relative layout, we have to define layout below. It will be below the last button, that is ID slash button sign in. We'll make the text on the center of the screen. So horizontally it will be Android gravity equal to center. And then we'll also change the text size of the buttons 20 dp and register button also. Yeah, so we can see the design, the forgot password text has come, and now we can go to main activity. And in the main activity, what we'll do, we'll create the variable text view forgot, and then here in the onCreate method we will initialize forgot equal to text view find view by ID r.id.button forgot. And then down below the sign in button, we will create a listener for forgot button, which is basically text view. Forgot dot set on click listener new view dot select the on click listener method. And then we will create a activity, because when we click this will go to a password activity. So the activity name will be password activity, then finish. So our activity has been created. And then we go to main activity, and then we'll create an intent equal to new intent get application context comma password activity dot class, then start activity intent. So that's it, we created our button forgot password. Let us design our password activity. So change the layout to relative layout. And then we'll create a text view here. Width will be match parent and height just wrap content. Close it here, and text we will define as enter your username. So then text size we will define as 20 dp. Then margin top, let us define some margin here, so 50 dp. And let us define an ID here, ID slash just write text. Then down below we will define an edit text where the user will enter his username. So width will be match parent and layout height will be wrap content, and ID will be ID username underscore reset. We will show a hint to the username. Now what we will do, we will define layout below. It should be below the text view. So our ID is ID slash text, and then margin top again here 50 dp. And then create a button here. So width will be match parent and height will be wrap content. ID will define as ID slash button reset. And then text will be text. We'll show a text on the button, text reset password. So this is the button which user will click for resetting the password once he enters the username. Then text size equal to 20 dp, and then it should be below the edit text. So we'll write layout below equal to ID of the username underscore reset. Then we'll give some margin here, Android layout margin top equal to 50 dp, and then we'll define some padding here. So padding equal to 10 dp in the layout. So that's it. We see in the design, so it has nicely come. So there is a text view, there is a edit text box, and there is a button. Now we go to password activity, and here all the widgets we will declare here edit text username, and the button we will define as a reset. Now we will initialize that username equal to edit text find view by id r.id dot username underscore reset semicolon, then reset equal to button find view by id r.id dot button reset. Now we'll define our database here, db helper db. Here we'll initialize the database db equal to new db helper context this. And now we'll create a listener for our reset button, reset dot set on click listener new view dot on click listener. Then under the on click method we will store the variables in the string user. So we'll write a string user equal to username dot get text dot toString, and then we will declare a boolean variable boolean check user equal to db dot. So there is already a function we had created in the last video, if you remember, check username user. So this is what it does. It returns the true or false value whether the user exists or not. So now we can write if check user, which is a boolean value, equals true. So if the user exists, we will create an intent equal to new. We'll import the class new intent, get application context. Now we'll send the user to reset activity. So here they will create an activity which is a reset activity. Basically we have not created yet. Now intent dot put extra. This method is used when we want to send the strings to another activity. From this activity to another activity we want to send. So here we will send the username user to the activity reset activity which we will define. Then start activity intent. Else, so if user does not exist, we will show a toast message that user does not exist. Now we'll create a new activity, empty activity. Our new activity name will be reset activity. Click finish. So this is our reset activity, and inside this we will go to XML. So we will change the layout to relative layout. Then we will define some padding here. Let us define padding equal to 10 dp. Let us create a text view now, which should be match parent and height is wrap content, and let us define an ID username underscore reset underscore text. Then we can define a top margin here 50 dp. Then text size we will set as 20 dp. Then we'll define an edit text here with match parent and height wrap content, and ID we can choose ID / password underscore reset. Margin top we can define again here 50 dp, and then hint, let us show the hint as password, and it should be below the text view. So we will write layout below ID / username underscore reset underscore text. Let us copy this edit text and paste it down below for basically retyping the password. So we will change the ID as password underscore reset. Okay, copy this ID and put it below the first edit text, that is password underscore reset, and then change the hint here. We can write retype password. So add retype in front of that. Let us see the design. So you can see there is a text view, and then there are two edit text boxes, and let us create a button here. So width I will keep it match parent, and height wrap content, close it here, and then we will define an ID / button confirm, and then we will write a text for the button confirm, and then text size equal to 20 dp we will define. Margin top we can define here 50 dp. Then it should be below layout of the edit text, last edit text. So we will write layout below id/repassword underscore reset. Let us correct the spelling here, confirm. So it has come nicely. Now in the reset activity.java, let us define the variables text view, username, where our username will appear, and then edit text, define pass, comma, repass. Then define button, button confirm. Initialize them, username equal to text view, find view by id, r.id dot username underscore reset underscore text, which is the id we have given to our text. Pass equal to edit text, find view by id, r.id dot password underscore reset. Then similarly repass equal to edit text, find view by id, r.id dot repassword underscore reset. Let us change it to confirm, and confirm equal to button, find view by id, r.id dot button confirm, confirm dot set on click listener new. What we have to do is we have passed the string username to this activity from the password activity. So let us get that here. So intent equal to get intent. So this will, what it will do, it will get the intent from that activity, and then we will set the text username dot set text in the brackets intent dot get string extra username. So it will receive the string from that activity and set the text of username variable. Now under the confirm set on click listener button, we will store our variables into strings. So string user equal to username dot get text dot toString. Then string password is equal to pass dot get text dot toString. Then we will define here a boolean check password update equal to db dot update password, and we will give a user and a password. These are the two strings which will pass to this function. Let us define a db helper db. Let us initialize that db equal to new db helper context this semicolon. Now as you can see, the error of db has removed, but there is an error showing an update password because we have not created that function in our db helper. Let us write here if check password update equals to true. So if the password has been updated, we will send the user to login activity. So write intent equal to new intent get application context, comma, login activity dot class, and then start activity intent. If the password is set, we can send the user to login activity, then show a toast message, the password updated successfully. And else, if the update password method has not returned true, that means password has not been updated. So we will write password not updated successfully. It will be a toast message. Here we will also, what we will do, we will also store the value of retype password just to check whether the password and retype is matching or not. So let us write repassword equal to repass.getText.toString. Now we will check if password dot equals repassword. So if the two passwords are matching, then only all these functions what we have defined should take place. So let us close this, let us put this curly bracket outside this else method. If the password doesn't match, we will show the message passwords not matching. So this way our reset activity is complete. Now we have to create the update password in our DB helper class. So let us go to DB helper. So we'll copy this insert data method and we'll paste below that. We'll change the name of the insert data. We'll change whatever name we have given in the reset activity, that is update password. We'll delete this content value put because we don't need username. We only need to set the password. And here we'll delete this null, and then we'll write after the content value username equals question mark. So basically it is checking if the username matches with the username given in the function. We have to update the password. So we'll also change the method insert here as update method. Basically it is for updation of the existing value, and then you can see it is set. So now we can run the program. Now our program is complete, and let us see. If you click on the forget password, you see you go into the password activity, which is basically enter your username. So we will put our username, all coding which we had put, then reset password. Yeah, so it is showing the username, and then it is showing password. So we'll put both the passwords same and then confirm, and you can see password updated successfully, message has come, and we are in the login activity. If we put incorrect credentials, it shows invalid credentials, and if you put correct credential, which is our new password, it goes to login activity. Then we again, if we press forget password, and if we put a name which is not existing, it will show username does not exist. So this way you can implement a forgot password method. So I hope this video is helpful, and please subscribe our channel to watch similar videos on app building. Thank you.